people arguing about whether or not Critical Role and Dimension 20 are scripted or not.
Ah, spoken like someone who didn't live through the era where we debated whether pro wrestling was real. God, I'm old. Anyway, the reason why people care about whether or not Critical Role and Dimension 20 are real is because there's this contract between the audience and the role players that says it's real. Like, these things are called actual plays, so you believe that they're actually playing. But I think the thing everyone needs to realize is that every role-playing game is different, wildly different. Like, I do not think that these shows are scripted line by line. But I do think the characters are made specifically to have backstories that interact with each other. I think the major story beats are planned session by session, and the players probably know them. I even think it's possible that the conclusion has been decided upon ahead of time. But none of these things are things that I haven't done in my own role-playing games that I do for fun with my friends off camera. Some people like that sort of pre-planning. Sure, there's a different type of role-playing game where you bring whatever character you want to whatever adventure the DM has set up. But again, that's not every role-playing game out there. Planning the story beats ahead of time and improvising how you get there is a very common way to roleplay. And that's exactly how pro wrestling works. And much like pro wrestlers are still doing feats of athleticism even though the outcome is decided ahead of time, these role players are still acting, they're still role-playing, even if the beats are decided ahead of time. If the idea is that Dimension 20 and Critical Role are actual plays, I would submit that even if the story beats are decided ahead of time, they are still actually playing. And I am not sure it's part of that contract between the audience and the players that the story beats are not pre-planned. I mean, heck, isn't that just a DM doing what a DM does best? So yeah, I understand why people would be upset if they think that the whole thing's scripted, but I don't think that it's scripted to an extent that you should be upset about. I think it is just a very well-planned role-playing game, which may not be how you play, but that is a style of role-playing game that exists.